What's up, you guys, man? This is Portal Prospect, man. I'm back with a mental awakening podcast. I appreciate the love and support, you guys. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you're notified every time I drop a vid. And let's get into it, man. Hey, tune in tonight. I'm live streaming, doing in-game commentary on the playoffs. We'll be doing that from here on out for the playoffs every day. So pay attention. All right, y'all. Tune in tonight. Games start around 7:30. I'll probably go live around that point. So, yeah, man, exciting. So let's get to it. Today, man, I want to talk about something that, as people, we have to do. Sometimes you have to give yourself a self-checkout. Sometimes you have to make sure that you're good. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure that you're okay. You know? Because as people, we tend to always check on those things around us. You know, we do. We tend to do that. And sometimes we forget about us. How are we feeling? How are we processing? How do we feel physically? How do we feel mentally, spiritually, all that? And I'm learning this now. As I'm going through my journey right now and everything, I'm realizing that for me personally, I got to do self-checks. I have to. Because something will be slipping. And you'll feel it. You'll be like, man. And then it'll bring down something else. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you'll be like, man, I'm slipping on this, man. Something ain't right. And you'll feel it. And you know something ain't right. And I felt like I needed to basically take back control. I was feeling something spiritually, but not from a spiritual perspective of what you guys think. Like, not from a religious perspective or a perspective of relationship with the higher power. No, it wasn't from that perspective. When I mean spiritually, something just wasn't sitting right. And what I realized is I wasn't meditating. I wasn't getting in my zen, my peace. You know, there was a lot of chaos. And so what I needed to do was quiet the chaos down. Quiet that chaos down in my world. And just relax. Get into your zen mode. And, you know, I got my 42 laws in my yacht that I study and I enact into my daily life. You know, on there it just talks about being, you know, one of the, the first rule is be virtuous. I am virtue. Right. And it talks about in there, I take only my fair share. So what that means is, in a situation, yes, I have a shared responsibility of how the situation turned out. And I only take that. I don't take on yours too. So that holds yourself accountable. You know, and I'm learning to do that even more and more by the day. And I feel like if you don't self-check yourself, you'll never be self-aware, but you'll never be accountable. So you have to do the self-checkups. You have to be accountable for what's going on and what you're doing. Always. I feel as though once we get to that place of understanding that, I think we'll be better. We'll be better. also believe that when you self-checking on yourself, always, 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 always cut yourself some slack. And in the sense of, don't be hard on yourself if it's slipping. Like let's say like, man, I feel like I can do more. I feel like I can do this. You wanting to do more is good. That's a good thing. Don't penalize yourself because you're not right now. Give yourself that grace to get up and do that. You have to give yourself grace to get up and do those things. You have to give yourself grace to continue to push on. When you say, man, I can do more, that's how I feel about myself. I feel like I can do more. I should be doing more. That's a good thing. Don't penalize yourself. And that's what I'm learning to do. I have to stop penalizing myself for not doing more right now. You know? I feel like I was beating up on myself. I was in I'm going to be transparent with y'all. I was in a very emotional state last week. I was. I'm not going to lie to you. I was in a very emotional state. To the point, man, it's like certain situations will pop up. Like I look through my memories and stuff like that. And it's sad enough to break you down, man. It really is. I have not had an easy life. I have not made it easier for my life. I hadn't at that time made it easier for my life. So I had to take accountability from both sides of that thing right there. But I promise you this. I am not going to allow or let nobody make me get off my path. Make me distract me off my path. And a lot of times there's distractions. There is certain tactics that are used to get you off your square. But as long as you self-check, you might not even notice. But as long as you're doing self-checks, that's what it is. You have to self-check. You'll stay on top of everything. You'll be like, you know what? Something is off. I don't know what it is, but something's off. Sometimes, fasting can help. But self-checking is just so important. It's just super important to self-check yourself. Don't worry about what the critics are saying. Don't worry about what nobody else is saying. You can do self-critiques. You can check on yourself, and you can always come back to the table with something new. And always stay on top of your game. Always. It's not about the material things. It's not about the money. Y'all. It's not. It's not about the material things or the money. It's about balance. You want to watch TV, but not too much. You want to play the game, but not too much. You want to go out and party, not too much. You know, it's a healthy balance, man. Anything in life is a healthy balance. You must have balance in your life. You must. And I believe if you keep that balance, you're going to get the results you want. And so that's important. You're getting the results that you want. The results that you want is prosperity. The results that you want is, it's not a monetary thing, though. That's what I want people to understand. This is not about a monetary gain. This is about a spiritual, high vibration thing. This is what that's about. To being able to connect with higher forces, higher people in your life. like I said, I just feel like at this point, it's just gonna improve because you want it to. It's all about you though, and it's all about self-care, self-check. Sometimes, man, when you clean yourself up and you get in the shower, you take a hot shower, and you all cleaned up and all that, that's good self-care because you're showing your body I care. I want to get you cleaned up. You know, self-checks, man. That is the word today, man. Self-checks. I want y'all to, if y'all don't hear anything else I'm saying, self-check. Check on your strong friends. Check on the ones who always are the shoulder that you cry on. Check on them. I promise you, them the ones that's going to be able to hold you down. But they need energy being poured back into them as well. So that's something you can do. I appreciate all the love and support y'all I've been getting, man. This is This is the Mental Awakening Podcast. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. And I will see y'all tonight on the live stream. Tune in, join in. I appreciate y'all. Until next time.